I'm tired of games being gay, and let's be clear, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is unfortunately gay. It's more than just gay. It's actually got a lot of deeply woke aspects that permeate the game to its core, which is the exact opposite of the first game. I loved Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. It's a game that came out in 2018 and was explicitly pro-white, pro-Christian, and pro-heterosexual relationships. It was a realistic, open world, fully immersive, extremely historically accurate game with zero forced diversity, which was really a breath of fresh air for the time. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a betrayal to the highest degree to the fans of the first game. It's more than just an optional gay sex scene, which would be bad enough on its own. But there's other key deep-rooted issues the game has that it cannot possibly overcome in my eyes, and we'll discuss those more later in the video. Really quickly guys, before the video begins, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good shit. It really does help the channel grow a ton. Comment down below letting me know what you think of the video or what else you want to see from me in the future. Consider becoming a channel member or joining my locals if you wish to support me further. But let's go ahead and jump right into the video. As I mentioned in the intro, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a betrayal to the fans that enjoyed the first game. It quite literally goes against almost every reason why so many players enjoyed the first game. The first game was deaded to historical accuracy, modern progressive agenda be damned. I talked about it in my Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 review, which I will link in the description in case you missed it, and judging by the view count you did. But the developers were heavily attacked at the time the game came out by the game's journalists, but they stuck to their guns and kept the game historically accurate and made the game as they intended it to be. And this resulted in a lot of goodwill from the community. A fun, immersive game with no progressive ideology was successful because gamers just want to have fun, without being sold an agenda they likely disagree with at least partially, if not entirely. This game is quite the fucking opposite. Out of nowhere, the studio decided to make Henry, who was canonically a straight white Christian male, bisexual. They broke their own previously established lore to push an LGBTQ agenda. Now, much of this conversation got started because there were these rumors that the game would be banned in Saudi Arabia due to an unskippable gay cutscene. It seems like this wasn't true. As it turns out, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 may end up being banned in Saudi Arabia due to an optional gay cutscene. There is a gay cutscene, which means it will likely be banned in Saudi Arabia. You can romance Hans, who was also a straight white Christian male, and also historically a womanizer in the first game. You can already start to see why the optional gay romance is an issue, just based off of what was established in the previous game. And let's be clear, it's optional does not mean the game isn't woke or gay. Its very inclusion makes it this way. The "it's optional bro" argument is just a cope. If a character is canonically straight, there should never be an option to change that. Also, being a homosexual deviant in the 1400s doesn't really make any sense. The entire hook of Kingdom Come Deliverance was historical accuracy and attention to detail, and again, it was very heavily based in Christian influence. This type of behavior wasn't common and was downright illegal at the time. If only we could go back. More options are always good. Okay, well, let's add more options to be racist, sexist, and anti-Semitic. No, not those options. You don't care about choice or options. You care about your agenda being pushed. No one that played or enjoyed the first game wanted the sequel to be like this. It just feels so forced to make Henry gay, because it is forced. Even if you play the game and ignore the gay questline, Henry and Hans are obsessed with each other, to the point where the other NPCs even think it's weird. It's so forced, they are getting reviews banned on Steam for discussing it. The community managers have instituted draconian rules that don't allow political discussion, unless it's DEI approved political discussion. No politics allowed, unless there are politics. Nothing says optional choice like not being able to call it out on Steam, right? Of course, basically none of the early access reviewers discussed the gay sex scene in the game, because they're on the take, and many of them agree with the forced DEI in games. The same reviewers that love Dragon Age the Veilguard, an objectively terrible game, rate this game about the same. That should tell you a lot. IGN even released a guide almost immediately as the embargoes dropped as to how to romance Hans. As I said in the intro, it's not just the gay storyline that's been added, which is also kind of pedophilic. The game is more diverse, anti-Christian, has uglified women, It's more Islamic, includes more pandering to Muslims, including a Muslim talking shit about Bohemia. It has Jewish pandering, including a synagogue in the game. Henry gets cocked, there's now sexual undertones to most friendships in the game. Most races get disrespected, except for Jews, of course. Daniel Vavra is also Jewish, hates Christians, and is now using historical revisionism as his weapon of choice. Every single time. They even claim that they had time to make a 100+ hour story, insert an optional gay questline, but not enough time to model the interior of the churches like they did in the first game. Right. Okay, we believe you, bro. Look, if Daniel Vavra wants to have teenage sodomy in his game, that's between him and his local authorities, but don't ruin an established game's lore and disrespect your core audience to pander to the modern audience. This is a problem. Don't buy this game. I only bought it to review it. I will do a full in-depth review later on, but the game is massive, so it'll be quite a while before that comes out. If I can convince just a handful of people to not buy this game, then I'll have succeeded. Not buying a gay game isn't a boycott. You're just choosing not to buy a gay game. Buying it only helps push the agendas these companies have. Warhorse Studios bent the knee to the people that were upset at the first game in order to get them to play this game, all while stabbing the people who enjoyed the first game in the back. This is what happens when you get bought out by the Embracer Group. Embracer Group is another one of those shady companies that is full of DEI and extremely ESG compliant. They're heavily pushing for more diversity in gaming. Groups like these are why games suck. Now, I'm not going to go full in-depth on Embracer Group because that's a whole nother rabbit hole right there. But Daniel Vavra has also been playing along with the Embracer Group message. He used to signal that he was like a based Giga Chad and was authentically right-wing, and now he's also stating that Kingdom Come 2 is his creative vision. Whether he was lying then or lying now isn't really important. What's clear is that he's a liar. This is the new playbook. Disguise yourself as anti-woke, eventually release a game that is woke, and mock those that previously celebrated you. That's what you do when you have no respect for your audience. PC Gamer reported that the developer was fed up with being dragged into the culture war. Then the developers dragged themselves into the culture war on the side of the evil empire. Even with the game selling well, which it's sold extremely well, Daniel Vavra's still coping and seething about the criticism online. The criticism must have struck close to the heart. Warhorse Studios got woke. Unfortunately, for the time being, it doesn't seem like they'll go broke. Women, homosexuals, and non-binary devs have infiltrated a male-dominant space and subversed it. The entire games industry is forcing this down our throats, not just Warhorse Studios. But Warhorse Studios is another company that is involved. I love video games, but if I didn't review them, I probably would soon get to the point where I stopped playing them entirely because of how egregious this stuff has become. This game is a humiliation ritual, and I cannot stress this enough. You should not buy this game. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, do all the shit the algorithm likes. I have several videos in the works currently, so, stay tuned for those. But as always, guys, this has been your boy Drinker, and I'm out of here. Peace.